Hello, everyone. Teresa's getting settled. I'm sure that she's thrilled that I just started this so abruptly, but I knew we were late, which is kind of funny. Hello,
Hey.
Donna and Kavehi.
Tag was laughing at me because I'm like, oh yeah, I said we're talking about Oogie Boogie Bash and D23 Expo and whatever. I'm like, well, if people don't have questions, I'll just grab some of this stuff that we got and we can show off this stuff. So then I came out with like piles of stuff, and Tag's like, what is all that? I'm like, this is all the freebie stuff that we got, from D23 and the couple things I bought. And he's like, I don't remember there being this much stuff. I should have recorded a video of you trying to close your suitcase because Tag you bought what, 3 hooded sweatshirts?
3, I think.
Tag ended
By
up
the
with
way,
3
bad
hoodies.
mistake. I went to wear my white hoodie the other day because I was like, oh, this might be nice to take to Minneapolis. And I bought an extra large because, my gut's a little big right now. And I don't want to be, trying to, I could fit 2 of me at my current size in this extra large. So, hello, Jorge.
What? Anyways, so he had to sit on his suitcase to be able to zip it and carry his
Oogie Boogie
Bash candy on and hope that they didn't say you can't bring that because that's a third carry-on item. So we ended up with a lot of stuff. Anyways, so I have stuff to show off if nobody has questions. So we can have a show and tell. Don't mind me while I eat my orange Airhead.
Do you have any Snickers?
Oh, sure.
Oh. Because I've been on a Snickers kick.
Them all.
I've been on a Snickers kick. Well, he was eating your thing that you told him not to eat.
He was.
But so does anybody have any questions about Oogie Boogie Bash or our Disney trip or D23? We'd love to answer them.
Or, Jorge, that'll be fun.
He told us that, didn't he?
Maybe. I don't remember.
No. Maybe he did.
I don't think so. It feels like new news to me. Yes, Donna, I did see that there's no, what was it called?
Marius
Nights.
I'm not that upset about it.
The only thing I would have wanted to see from that was the Muppets. The Muppets on the omnibus performing would have been so cool. There is something awesome about
we saw the
Muppets live.
We saw the Muppets live at D23.
You know what we missed? They were on the Disney Plus stage at some point.
Oh, were they?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the one that was out that anybody
Yep,
could
on
get
the
to?
show floor. Yep.
Gotcha.
Different one, though. So not the one that we saw Donny Osmond on.
Right.
It was the one that was the Disney Plus pavilion.
Gotcha. I'm going to go see if there's a... Now I want a Snickers.
Now you want a Snickers? Well,
where
who's
is your
doing
bag
that?
of candy, by the way?
It's in my cupboards, along the wall here.
Okay.
In a yellow Tupperware thing. While he's doing that, I can start showing off some of the free loot we got at D23 Expo. Tons of free loot. Lots of pins, which made me really happy. So, let's see, what should I show you first? Lots of buttons, too. All right. There. Organized. Okay. So, we did get free lanyards. That's a D23 Expo. I grabbed one, but I brought a DLWeekly one, so this one's in the package.
I'm going to have
some of this stuff.
Snickers almond.
Oh, there you go. Some of this stuff, I might actually do as a giveaway, because I do not need all these things. They're fun, and I want to share some of the magic with everyone. So, watch our social media, because I'll probably be giving a lot of this away.
You're not giving that away.
No. That wasn't a giveaway. We got this set of pins that has American Horror Story, Murder in the Building.
Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, Only Murders in the Building, Good Morning America. What else is on there?
Hi, Chris.
Cruel Summer, Abbott Elementary. So this was the Journey into Storytelling Expo booth. It was really fun. It was really interactive. The American Horror Story one was cool. That's the only TV show that I had watched that they were representing in this booth. they had some of the costumes in there, and they had this really fun interactive video that you got to participate in. What else did we do in that booth tag?
Teresa killed me
I know.
for only murders in the building.
That is true.
I'm trying to see if I can find the link because I think people would find it funny.
So they directed you. They told you what to do, and then, like, you had a director, you had a cameraman. It was really fun. And then, you got the video emailed to you. It was really cool.
Here it is. Click here to view the video.
Oh, there's the...
Okay, I'm going to... I think I can share this. Browser? All right. So here's Teresa murdering me. It'll be in one of the windows. Oh. It was fun.
We weren't very convincing, but there it was.
I didn't see the beginning. Oh, yeah, because you were like...
I, patted you on the cheek. Because they're like, be loving or something. Because everybody always assumes that we're together when everyone here knows that we're not.
Oh, yeah, here's my creepy whatever's going on for American Horror Story.
Oh!
What did you have for...
My eyelashes turned into spiders.
Did they send you the link?
Yeah. So, yeah, my eyelashes turned into spiders. That's what happened in mine. This was... We didn't know what this was, but it ended up being a pen. An Adventures by Disney pen.
You didn't even open your pen.
I didn't. Because I was thinking of the Weekly Tears. I'm like, I might give these away. Okay, so some of my favorites, I do apologize, these are not going to be given away, is for the Legends ceremony, we all got...
Pause. We have an actual question.
Oh.
Favorite day at
my
D23?
Goodness, what was my favorite day?
Friday?
I don't know.
Friday? Legends was really good.
There's highlights on all the days.
I think my favorite
Saturday
thing was the thing at the end that had all the famous people in it.
Oh, the TV, the
Yeah.
Disney TV
Kaveh,
stuff?
we stayed at the Howard Johnson, which the next time we go, fingers crossed, Candy Cane might finally be open.
Yeah, so we love the Hojo. You guys all know that we love the Hojo. The only downfall of staying at the Hojo during Expo weekend is it's quite a ways away. So
Yeah.
it's only like an 8-minute walk from the Hojo to security at Disneyland. Well, you then have to go even 2 blocks further to get down
More
to...
than 2 blocks, but yeah.
Yeah, you have to you have to walk past Disneyland to get to where the expo is. Whereas Candy Cane is the one that we're kind of eyeing up for maybe next time. Candy Cane's in between. So you can, if you go out of Candy Cane, if you take a left, you go to the parks. If you take a right, you'd go to the expo. So that would probably be helpful because Friday we ended up walking all the way back and it was in the rain. And just kind of stuff like that. It wasn't nearly as convenient. It was probably
27 minutes and 1.3 miles.
Yeah, so it took a little bit to get there, but still a great stay as
Donna,
always.
no. We thought there was going to be some news, but there was not.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Which was really disappointing. They razzle-dazzled us. We in the moment felt like they were announcing all these cool, neat things, and we were all very excited. And then as we were in the crowd leaving the room, we were like,
wait a minute.
What did they just
happened?
actually announce?
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things. It took some reflecting afterwards. It made sense that they had to kind of re-announce a lot of stuff because, let's all remember last D23 Expo was 2019. Well, we all know what happened between 2019 and now. We had the shutdown, which, of course, put a lot of these things on pause. So a lot of the same projects that they had announced at D23 2019, they were still talking about now, and we were just hearing more details about things that they had announced already. Like, for example, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, we heard a lot about that, and that was it. So we didn't get a lot of new news, which, was a bummer, but it also, when you kind of took a step back, it made sense because they lost a lot of time in between the last expo and this expo. So these projects they announced in 2019, they're not all complete and they're not all finished. For example, they announced Avengers Campus and announced the third e-ticket, which they re-announced the third e-ticket for Avengers Campus at this expo. It is going to be a little bit different theme, but yeah, so
So, Christy, I would say for kids, like, it can be fun, but I would say if you're going to pick a day to go, probably Sunday, because Friday, there's just a lot of, they're trying to get organized and figure out
Yeah.
their flow.
Saturday's a good
Saturday,
day, too.
but Saturday's very busy. It was probably the busiest of the 3
Yeah.
days. So Sunday, I think, is your best day, especially if you want to see show floor stuff. But for kids, I don't know.
There's
I
a
mean,
lot of
there's
stuff
just
to do for
so much there that, like, I just wonder if they're going to get tired quickly.
Well, but I think Griffin
Especially
went.
8.
So I think it depends on the kid. So if Leo is someone that's really, really into, you know, all the Disney stuff and all the Star Wars stuff, because they've got like a Star Wars pavilion that has, well, a Lucasfilm pavilion that has all sorts of costumes from the movies and costumes from upcoming projects. Marvel had a whole pavilion of stuff that also included props and costumes from the Marvel films and shows. So that stuff's really fun and exciting. The thing that might be a little difficult, and even as adults is a little difficult, is the panels. Because when you're looking at some of these bigger panels, you spend a lot of time waiting to get into the panel. And then when you get into these bigger panels, like the Legends ceremony or the Parks panel, they're
waiting.
like 3-hour long panels. So it's a very big time commitment for one thing. Whereas the show floor, there's tons of things to do. You can sit and just people watch and see all the people in all of their amazing costumes and cosplays and all that kind of stuff.
But there's also, like, people brought their, like, babies in, and don't do that, please. Because there was times where we were trying to listen to panels, and there's, like, a screaming child. But anyway, great questions, guys. Keep them coming if you have any questions. What is going on downstairs?
The vacuum.
Oh.
That's what's going on. So I apologize if you can hear all the dogs barking, including Luna, who has no business barking because the vacuum is nowhere near her.
But Luna's barking because everybody else is barking.
Yes. So at the Legends panel, that was the first thing that we did. We were gifted this really awesome pin, and apparently only people that attended that panel got this pin. This is to celebrate the kickoff of Disney 100 Years of Wonder, because as many of you may already know, next year celebrates Walt Disney Company's 100 year anniversary. So anyway, so there's the pin. That Mickey statue was outside of the expo.
Can we talk about how great it is that they called it 100 Years of Wonder and not anything with magic? Because I feel like for a while magic was like their number one word for everything.
But yeah, it's kind of like
it's a cool pin.
Like an iridescent.
Did you see,
blue.
like, if you turned it like this, you can see it better in person, but, like, you can see the whole pin is that cool iridescent color.
It's very, very cool.
I don't think I looked that closely at it when I grabbed it.
The metal itself kind of looks like an oil spill. Hello, Kareen.
That's cool. I didn't really look at mine. I just threw it in my bag.
We got a couple things
Hi, Michael.
from the Parks panel. This was something that they handed out to everyone.
Oh, you refolded yours.
I did. This is something that they handed out to everyone as we were going in the panel, and it was to celebrate. I will let you guess what we were celebrating. Tiana's Bayou Adventure. But they had musical numbers. They had 2 musical numbers that they performed. And so we got to, like, sit there and swing the thing around. Watch out, Tig. But it was really fun. I don't know if you... Did you swing
I
yours
did not
around?
swing mine around.
I was swinging mine around like a crazy person. It was really fun.
You are going to cause some injuries over here.
Anyways, it was tons of fun. It feels like a lens cloth. Like, that's what the material feels like. I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do with it after we're celebrating, but
you can
there
frame it.
Is. I like the artwork. Like, I really, really love the font that they used for this. So that was what we got before the panel started. And then after the panel, they gave us some things that had to do with things that they presented. So, of course, it's the Parks panel.
Yeah, so Kavehi, they announced the new fireworks show is going to be for Disney 100. The new World of Color 1 is going to be in honor of that. And Disneyland's going to really be like the centerpiece for the celebration.
Yes. So there's going to be platinum fixtures, they said something about how there's going to be platinum throughout the park, too, so they're going to decorate the park. So I'm curious to see if we're going to get some of those. You know how Disney World for the 50th had those.
Yeah, well, that would be great for the magic bands.
Yep, golden statues that interacted with the magic bands. That's exactly where it's going. I'm wondering if we're going to get that too.
Piper, you okay, girl? She was looking very upset.
Also during that panel, I think yes, Tokyo Disney Sea, of course, is the home of Duffy and Friends. Well, they did introduce a new friend, Lena Bell, and she was adorable. She came out the character came out, which these characters don't ever come to California or Florida.
The U.S.
They don't ever come to the U.S. park, so that was a pretty big deal. So we got to see her, and to celebrate her arrival at the parks, they gave us a pin for Lena Bell. There she is. She's this cute little pink fox. She was like super adorable. And it's like, this is like a legit pin. Like, this is going to be a pin for sale. It's on the same backing, just doesn't have the price code color. But it was very adorable. So there she is. We also got some, I kept calling it a snack pack, from Porto's, which is the new restaurant bakery coming to downtown Disney that they announced.
Is it Porto's? Did we finally get the name right?
Yes, that was something that was brand new that they announced, so that was really exciting. And then
people are very excited for it.
They also, they were talking, remember I said that they were talking about the third e-ticket coming to Avengers Campus, so they did give us the concept art for this. Now, what we found very exciting about this, it's supposed to be about the multiverse. But being the Disney park crazies that we are, the one big thing that we noticed was, look at this, we have a ride vehicle. So we're not sure.
Looks
we're
like it's gonna be trackless.
Yeah, it looks like probably trackless. But there it is. We also got introduced, so it's the multiverse. So I have a love-hate relationship with the multiverse. I feel like it's a very good excuse for them to be like, plot holes. Oh, it's because of the multiverse. But Thanos is back, but this is King Thanos from the multiverse, and he's the big villain. But we've got all sorts of people. We've got She-Hulk. We've got 2 different variations of Hulk. There's Thor, Black Panther, but then other people that I'm not familiar. Thor. We've got a couple Spider-Mans there. I'm not familiar with the animated Spider-Man, but yeah, tons and tons and tons of characters.
Was that the one from? Oh, I don't know that one. I thought it was the one from the animated thing that they did, but it's not. So yeah, it's got a lot of cool people. Oh, it's got Moon Knight up here.
Yep. Tons and tons and tons of people. But they're people from all across the multiverse. So it could be versions.
Well, they're having like Super Thanos, right?
King
Thanos.
They could be versions of people that we've met, or it could be versions of people from the multiverse that we haven't met yet. So that was that. Couple of cool things we got from some of the pavilions was we got this, they had a suitcase and a dream themed Visa booth, and so you kind of went through and it was the Disney Brothers studio, and they had it was like almost like a little like display of different things about the start of the Disney company. So at the end of it, they gave you this little pin.
By the way, can we talk about something I keep forgetting to ask you about?
Sure.
Do you have Hocus Pocus nails?
Yes, I do.
I noticed that when we did the podcast last week. You want to show people your Hocus Pocus nails?
Have Hocus Pocus nails since the new movie is coming out.
You were so big on the stuff for the trip. I didn't you didn't tell me at all about these.
No, these are new because for the trip I had.
I know, but I'm saying like Tuesday you didn't point them out.
Because I got them done Wednesday.
No, no.
Did I get them done Tuesday?
You must have, because I saw them here the other night and I forgot to ask you about them.
Anyways.
Oh, you did get done Wednesday. I saw it when we did the interview Thursday.
So here's my Hocus Pocus nails. This is representing
Sarah.
You can't really see it.
Pull back a little bit. You can't be that close. That's better-ish.
We're just doomed. Sarah, Winifred, and then Mary. So what I did was I looked
What are
at
your other two?
The bodice. They're just black.
Oh.
They're like a dark, shiny purple. I did the bodices. So Sarah has it's like a burgundy and like a pink.
I like
it.
She
has gold floral accents on her bodice. Winifred, of course, is purple and green, and she has the gold lacing. And then Mary's kind of a deep cut. We didn't realize this, but it's orange and red for her bodice. But she has these rings that are along the bottom of her bodice.
Why is that a deep cut?
Because most people don't notice the rings.
Oh.
So do you want to know something even cooler?
What?
I pulled up my photos from the D23 2019 Expo, where we got to see their costumes up close and personal, and that's how I was able to pull these details off. Isn't that fun? There you can see the rings.
Yeah, I was trying to find something better. I'm so excited for this movie.
So yeah, so those are my Hocus Pocus nails. What else do we get? This is fun. I think I'm gonna probably, I don't know. This thing is so cool, but I feel like somebody else will appreciate it more than me. I very carefully got it all the way back, but the Besame Expo booth had this as a giveaway. It is a shoulder. Oh gosh, what is his name? I just blanked on his name. Shoulder Raven. What is Maleficent's Raven? Anyways, he's cool. Why am I blanking on his name? You kind of fold them together. There's a magnet at the bottom here, so you can clip him onto your shoulder.
Diablo.
He's a shoulder Diablo. He folds out. He's like velvet and paper. He's super cool. I saw people walking around with him, and I was like, oh, where'd you get it? At first, it was actually a Maleficent cosplay, so I thought that she just got it for her cosplay. Then I saw people just in regular clothes wearing these Diablos, so I had to ask, and so we had to go get them.
Jorge,
but what a fun, cool giveaway.
We're having a watch party movie night for Weekly Tears this Friday for Hocus Pocus 2. I'm very excited. I was thinking we were going to... I was like, oh, we should have one. And I looked at our events calendar, and I'm like, we already have one scheduled. So I was very excited for that.
It shows how much he prioritized. No, I'm just kidding.
I've been very busy, but yes.
I don't remember where this was from. This was some giveaway at some booth.
But you got to be a supporter to be in the chat where we're talking about it. But we will be seeing it on Friday.
I got this from some booth. I don't remember what.
It was one of those giveaway things where you literally just walked up and they gave it to you.
I don't remember what the booth was, like who was giving it away. But this was also a giveaway that we got, was this poster
what does it say in the
for
corner?
Spider-Man. It just says Marvel.
Oh, and D23 Expo doesn't
And
say
D23
like anything
Expo.
fancy, huh?
But it's got like the Goblin. I don't know the other people. Because I'm not a good. There's like a rhino-looking guy.
I don't know the rhino guy either.
So that was fun.
Oh yeah, because
Walt Disney Animation Studios was celebrating 100 years, so their giveaway were these fun pennants. So this is like a felt pennant, very cool. However, we did not get a stick with it, so we just have the flag, no stick, which is fine.
So this came from Iron Studios, which was the action figure collectible and toys company.
Oh, that makes sense. I need to brag. I'm very proud of myself that I somehow got these in my carry-on bag without ruining them.
I am impressed. I'm impressed.
And then another giveaway
Oh
was for D23 Gold members. This was the fan art that they gave away to all Gold members.
I like it.
This will be framed. It, again, celebrates Disney 100, so you've got all sorts of characters. You've got Tinkerbell up here, Dumbo, Eva. You've got Orange Bird. You've got the the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, whatever their ship's called.
Not their ship. That's the ships that were the something ships.
We've got Buzz Lightyear over here. Who else we got? Winnie the Pooh, Grogu. I didn't even notice him. We've got Elliot, Mulan, Elsa. Oh, we've got a Haunted Mansion gargoyle holding his candles right there. Anyways, all sorts of fun little things. Oh, Spider-Man's hanging out. Oh, we got Indy, and then Spider-Man. A Jungle Cruise boat. I missed that. Wow, this is fun. I didn't take that close of a time to like look at all of the things. We got Moana's boat down here. You've got Alberto from Luca.
Oh yeah. Oh, and yeah, both of them.
Jeepers, so many cool things. So got that. Oh my gosh, there's Gonzo. Look.
My goodness, I'm trying to find because there's a people, and I'm trying to think what it was.
And then I saved the best for last. This was my absolute favorite thing that I got from the D23 Expo. Weekly tier Kate and I, she was very kind and allowed me to be her +1 for this panel.
It's a Novacore ship.
Novacore, yes. She was very kind and allowed me to be her +1 for this panel, but it was the Disney Ambassadors Through the Decades panel. And at the end, they gifted everybody a piece of Disney Parks history because they gave this woman an award because she takes care of all the trees on property. That's what her role
But
at the
who will
resort
speak
is.
for the trees?
She's the one that speaks for the trees, and what they're doing, which they already have items for sale, is when these trees need to be removed, much like the pirates' trees that we were very concerned about, and they were able to replace. When these trees get removed, previously what they had done was they would mulch them up and use them to fertilize the new trees, kind of a thing. Well, they've decided some of these trees are really, really special, and they are taking them and they're giving them a second life. So they're doing some very cool like artisan stuff with these trees. So the first trees that they have right now that pieces of these trees are for sale are the pirates trees, and they made these really cool they made a really cool like a pirate's plaque out of one of the trees, and then the other one was kind of just the tree ring, and it like highlights the different like significant years for pirates and where that ring on that tree lands. Very, very cool. Very, very expensive.
I'm trying to find it because one of our weekly cheers sent us a picture of it.
Yeah. So anyway, at the end of the panel, they gifted everybody that was in the audience, which was only, I think, 1,000 of us in the audience. They gifted us all a piece of a tree. I'm going to be really honest that I was all excited because they were talking about the pirates tree. I'm like, oh my gosh, are they going to give us a piece of the pirates trees? I'm going to die if they give us a piece of the pirates tree. They did give some people the piece of the pirates tree, not Teresa. I got a Brazilian pepper tree, which lived in Autopia over in Tomorrowland. And I think this tree, let me look at my little card here, was 66 years old. So it could be an opening day tree, or it could have gone couple years after. I don't know if they planted it as an itty bitty baby or not. But here's my little piece of Disneyland tree. I think this is so cool, so unique. I'm a little scared because it's got this really big crack, so I hope it doesn't break. But it's very, very cool.
So here was the let me show you guys
and
quick.
Here's the card that it came with to explain.
So here was the picture of one of the things they made from it that looks like some gold and stuff. They also have like the rings of the tree with like what years different things happened, so like Phantasmic and
very cool.
when they were planted and all of these different things, and like this nice X marks the spot. So that was one. The other one is the plaque thing that kind of goes with it that is really cool.
This is like, I can't even imagine how long it took someone to
They made 5
carve
of
and
them,
create this.
and what did he say? It was $5,000
amazing.
or something ridiculous?
Yeah, they were pricey.
He said that it was. Let me see if I can find. He put it in the shopping channel apparently.
Anyways, I want to say one was like $5,000 and
$8,000, 65 and
$6,500 and $8,000 for these, but
so here's the
they're
them
unique
together.
though.
So the $8,000 was the crest.
Oh, yeah.
There was only 5 of them. And then the other one was the 6,500, and I don't know how many of them there were.
There might just be the one. Very, very cool.
45. Looks like 40 of 45.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, super cool. Different way of having a piece of the parks. It's like a living history piece of the parks.
That's a really neat idea, though, because
it's so
you're just going to
cool.
throw them away or put them in a mulch or something. Like all of us weird, crazy Disney fans would buy it. Oh, yeah, you could put it in a shadow box, Mike says. That's a good idea.
Next time for your podcast, can you give us a short background info of the P lot?
The plot. For what? For pirate or for
Oh yeah. Let us know what you mean by what the plot for what.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was all my D23 specific stuff. That is all the giveaway stuff that they gave us. That I did not spend any money on any of that stuff, which is just.
So what did you buy?
Incredible.
You did spend money on some stuff.
I did.
I didn't know to bring anything. That's why it doesn't look like I have anything. I have all the stuff
He's
that
got
Teresa
stuff.
just showed.
You know what? We'll do maybe our next live stream we can show off your stuff. Oh, and my last thing, which apparently this is probably between the tree, my
Hello,
little
Deanne.
tree cookie thing, and this next thing. I think these are my most quote unquote
is that?
valuable things according to eBay. So I
Oh.
don't have the card. The card itself is downstairs, but we visited the Ravensburger booth, and there's a new game coming to the Disney Universe called Lorcana. They have not actually released it yet, but they were giving away one of the trading cards, and then you also got one of these pins. So the trading card they were giving away was like this Popper Mickey on the card. The card, like I said, is downstairs.
And for some reason,
These are
because
going-
of the eBay price and stuff, Teresa has become kind of like mildly obsessed with watching these things sell on eBay.
I find it fascinating. So the pin is like selling on eBay for like $75. The card is selling for like $300 on eBay, and I cannot figure out. This game has not been released yet, so it's just blowing my mind that.
So here's the pin and the trading card for $400.
If there's a way to look at ones that are sold, and so it shows you the prices that things were sold at.
Yeah, but still,
it's
though,
crazy.
like, look at these
so
things.
nuts to me that these things are selling for such high dollar amounts because, again, this is a brand new game. They haven't actually released the game yet, so how do people even know if they like the game yet or not? What if it's a total flop? People are investing a lot in
It doesn't
this
matter.
already.
It's a
crazy.
collectible thing. I want to see if there. Yeah, I want to find what you were saying where it like show sold ones
There
or something
was
like
a
that.
way-
Sold
there.
items.
You click two things.
It
but-
double clicks. It clicks
Okay.
both things.
So
Completed
yeah, look,
and
they're
sold.
like
So here I'll switch back to here. So
like
$300
$300
because it's signed. Remember? So tell the story about the signed, by the way.
The unsigned ones are selling for that much too. Tag. It's crazy.
Yeah, but tell them about the signed one.
So the signed one. So there's people out there. They didn't talk. Like we didn't talk to them or anything. We were kind of lingering around. They were chatting with other people, and I just noticed all these people going up and getting their card signed. Like people wouldn't even talk to them. Go over and get their card signed. And it was kind of one of those. I looked at Tag. I'm like, should we get our card signed? Everybody's getting their card signed. I'm like, I don't really want them to write all over my card though, and I don't specifically know who these people are. I'm sure they were people that either designed the card, helped design the game, had something to do with creating the game. This thing is crazy. This 6-pack of cards I almost bought because it looked cool, but I'm like, it's $50. Again, it's 6 cards. They were selling it for $50, and I was like, I don't even know if this is good, if I'm gonna like this game or not. Well, joke's on Teresa. Apparently, it's worth far more than $50. But I was like, I'm just amazed.
Oh yeah, because they've got the
at
expo.
how this is just blowing up on eBay and how much money people are willing to buy these things for. It's just
$2,700 was the winning bid.
It's wild, very, very wild.
Hmm.
Anyway,
eBay's
so
a wild place anyway.
back to things that we bought or things that we purchased at the expo. Let me try and shift get all my stuff out of the way here.
She's got so much.
I do have
I was laughing because I was downstairs talking to Vern, and she comes out with all this stuff
piles
in her
of
hands.
stuff. He's like, "What the heck?"
And I was like, I don't remember you. I don't know how you got all this stuff in your bag.
Magic, Disney.
Well, we had our
magic.
fun thing that we're going to self-promote here. So we've got the badge for the expo. That's not self-promotion. But Teresa was smart, and she brought one of these, and I had forgotten. But
I
one of our
wasn't-
DL
so-
Weekly lanyards that you get for being a 1-year supporter?
2-year.
2-year supporter. You'll
So,
get one of these lanyards.
I wasn't being that smart. Tag pre-bought a D23 Expo lanyard. I did not. So I kind of was like, oh, they gave us lanyards before. What if they're not going to give us lanyards this year? I need to make sure I have a lanyard. Tag has a lanyard because he bought one. Well, guess who didn't bring his purchased lanyard?
Me, because, yeah. But DL Weekly lanyard.
Yep.
So become a supporter at even the dollar level, and after
we can't
$3
do
$3
we can't do
level.
it at the $3 level because we
At
thought
the
we could do it
2-year.
at the dollar level, but there's no way.
Oh, addresses and
Yeah,
stuff too.
addresses. It doesn't allow you to put your address in if you're at the dollar level. So that's
This is cool, by the way.
dinks. Okay, so now that I've gotten myself reorganized here,
Recombobulated.
well, I'll show you some of the things that. Well, this next collection of stuff, Tag and I are maybe accidental twins at some point because we bought the exact same things.
Well, because yeah.
Look at me, I was even.
Oh yeah, I bought that. I bought that one for sure.
And left them on the hangers.
You're not gonna show off the one unique one first?
No, because I didn't get that one at the expo.
Oh.
These are what I got at the expo.
Okay.
All right. So, some of the shirts we got, of course, Mickey's of Glendale has a booth there. And for those of you that may or may not know, Mickey's of Glendale is like affectionately known as the Imagineering store. So, of course, when we got a virtual queue to go in there, we were like crazy excited. Mind you, the shop is not very big, but we were able to still spend lots of money and find all sorts of cool stuff. So the first thing that we've spotted in the store that we both ended up getting was a t-shirt for the Dreams Pavilion, which was the Imagineering Pavilion at the expo.
It's also got this cool wording down the side.
Yeah, so this quote from Walt Disney was actually when you entered the pavilion, they had this quote overhead as you walked into the pavilion, so I thought that was really fun. But that was the logo for the pavilion. The next,
we had a great cast member help us find sizes
can
for
I
this
just
too.
tell you, look at how cool this is. It says Walt Disney Imagineering.
Exclusive.
There, you can see it a little better. Inside all of the shirts. So
Sure, just give me
next,
what you've gone through.
The Imagineers are celebrating their 70th anniversary. So all of the things that had Imagineering on it had the lovely 70th logo.
That was the downside because everything's the 70th logo. Nothing was just regular Walt Disney Imagineering.
So this one was the one that I really wanted. They didn't have our sizes on the sales floor, but when we went to check out, I saw that they had a room in back, and we asked, and they said, you know what? We just got a box in. Let me check and see if your sizes are in there. So they were, so I was really excited. But then I felt really bad because I had picked up this shirt as like my backup. So still same logo, but it's like this shiny silver. So I was like, oh, they don't have the colored one, which is the one I wanted. That's okay. I like this one too. I'll just get this one instead. Well, when they had the colored one, I thought to myself, well, I don't need two shirts that say the same thing. Somehow, I feel very bad. We didn't realize this until we got to the hotel. She knew to take this off the order, and she didn't charge me for it, but it ended up in my bag. So I somehow got a bonus shirt, and I felt the most ever guilty about it. But again, we didn't realize it until far too late.
Send a shout out to Jordan, who is the Mickey's of Glendale cast member that helped us find the right sizes. He was very helpful.
Jordan was not the one that made the mistake. So
Correct.
Don't come for Jordan.
Don't come for Jordan. But he was there. He was the guy who ran in the back and found the right sizes. So
I just felt so
lifesaver.
guilty. We just got talking Disney stuff, and I feel bad because I distracted her, and yeah, so I feel really bad.
Where did
about
you
the
even
whole
get this
ordeal.
one?
This one I got at Star Trader.
Oh.
So
That's right.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, as you know, but I saw this shirt and I really loved it. It looks probably like it's probably pajamas, but it also looks like it's super oversized and super comfy. But it says, "May the Force be with you," and then the back has, who all does it have?
Yoda, Chewie,
C-3PO's over there.
Princess Leia,
Princess
R2.
Leia, R2.
That's it.
And it's embroidered in gold, so I'm really excited. It looks like it's gonna be nice and like breezy and flowy and thin.
It's
Like I
heavier than
said,
I expected it to
It's probably really supposed to be a pajama shirt, but I'm wearing it in the parks.
be. I wouldn't have thought that being a pajama shirt, but sure.
And then I got the ears that I'm wearing at the parks. And a couple pins. Oh, and this was the other thing. I kicked myself that I didn't get more of these. I should have got more of these.
I should have got one of those, but
But
I don't think they had another purple one.
They did. They had a whole thing. They had these Imagineering pens, but they look like a paintbrush. You twist it, and then there's a little
The pen comes out the bottom.
pen at the bottom. I thought they were so fun.
Are you going to use it?
Probably not. I'm just going to admire it.
I feel like with your job, you couldn't take that to work because somebody'd walk off with it.
Yeah. And then I did get a couple of pins while we were at the park. I got a Halloween one. I always seem to get every year a castle Halloween one because I just like what they do for the castles.
Did I get a pin this year?
You did. You don't remember you impulse bought a Main Street Electrical Parade pin
That's right.
while you were buying some other pins.
I was buying a pin for James, I think. The Andor pin that was cool. This one's cool, though. I wish I would have bought this one.
And then I also had to get this amazing pin. It's Madame Mim in a couple of her
Does it do
forms.
something?
No, it just looks cool. The backing on it's really
Donna,
cool,
we
though.
did see Lynn and Ken from the Sweet Spot and hung out with them for a little bit at their booth. And yeah.
We also when we ate dinner on Sunday night, Lynn just happened to be
At the Hungry Bear.
at the Hungry Bear, and they were walking towards the back, which is where we were seated, enjoying our food. And so
It wasn't
flopped-
Ken. It was just Lynn and one of the other guys who were at their booth.
Yeah. So they sat down at the table next to us and we enjoyed our dinner and relaxed and chatted together. It was really, really nice. And then I have to give a special shout out. A weekly tier gave one of these to myself and one to Tag. And this is just so cool because this is the closest I have gotten to this establishment. And hopefully one day we'll be able to go there. But they gifted us with Club 33 keychains. And now I have this like thing that I'm like, I really want to use this, but I also don't want it to get like scratched and ruined because it's so pretty. But yeah, isn't that gorgeous? I was very excited. So
I was trying to see because I thought we had a picture.
special shout out and thank you to the weekly tier that gifted and surprised us.
Do you have the
That was
photo?
amazing.
I swore we took a photo with them
We did
at dinner,
not.
but I don't see it.
We did not take any. I don't know. We never take photos when we see
I
Lynn.
don't
I don't know
know.
why. I feel bad. We need to next time. We need to make sure that we do. So that is my haul from this last trip. I felt like I went a little crazier than normal, but there was just so much good stuff.
I do have a picture of something that I did buy, and I want to find it quick because, I mean, I can show it off later, but I'm trying to find it. I bought it for producer
I'm
James.
still feeling super guilty about that T-shirt that should not have come home with me.
You're overthinking it.
I know. I feel bad.
By the way, we had a wonderful Jungle Cruise skipper. Waiting for this to load so it gets like the full quality. He was amazing.
Oh,
Do you remember
are
what his
in
name
the
was?
shared album?
I am.
Because I took that picture so I can.
I know you did.
Oh, I can't pull it up because my phone's dead.
Yeah, what happened with that?
I don't think it was sitting on the charger fully last night, so I don't think it actually charged.
I'm trying to find where's that picture of the shirt that I got James.
While Tag's looking, does anybody else have any questions about things that we did during our D23 trip?
Here was
Parks or
my
Oogie
here
Boogie
was
Bash?
my haul. I had the same shirts like Teresa did. I got the 70th hoodie and a White Dreams shirt as well as an Imagineering 70th on the other side hat.
Baseball hat, yep.
Oh, we also got to meet and hang out with Steve and what's her name?
Debbie.
And Debbie from why am I blanking
From
on all of
Designer
this?
Park Co.
Thank you. Turn that off and back on.
Number one food to try at Oogie Boogie. Well, Chris, we were really bad. We didn't actually eat any food that was party specific. We did do the dining package at the Wine Country Trattoria, which was delicious as always. But the only thing that we got food-wise outside of that was I got the pumpkin horchata cold brew from the cappuccino cart over by like the Little Mermaid ride entrance. That is not specific to Oogie Boogie. That is a Halloween time treat. It was very good. I was very creamy, nice little hint of pumpkin. It wasn't overpowering. But I sipped and enjoyed that before we watched the Frightfully Fun parade. So that is actually the only treat that we got that wasn't something that was given to us in a trick-or-treat trail. Favorite character interaction at the bash? That's a really hard one, Lee, because we had
I loved Maleficent with
so
the little girl.
many good character interactions. So many good ones. We did catch a couple of them on film, which the audio was used in this past week's episode. But if you want to see the videos themselves, Tag uploaded them to our YouTube page, so you can see
I should make those
my interaction with.
public.
Oh, you didn't make them public?
I was going to link them in the show notes then.
Oh, that's okay. So I had a really fun interaction with Sid. He's a little scary, but so you can not only hear but see that interaction on our YouTube video. There was also a really fun Ernesto interaction. He actually gifted me one of his roses. If you watch the video, you can tell more so when I was given the rose. He didn't really say anything when he gave it to us. It just kind of happened. Because he said, like, who's my biggest fan? And, like, oh, mi familia, you're skeletons too. And he kind of, like, had more talking with the other people he gave roses to. But you'll be able to see when it happens in the video. And then Mim. I think Mim was my favorite just because she was like had so much energy and she would just seem so genuinely excited to see us. It was really, really fun.
Yeah, so I can share this on the stream quick here.
Maleficent was so much fun. We got to watch a really cool interaction with Maleficent and this younger version of Maleficent.
I've made
It
him
was so
live,
cute.
but I'll share this really quick because this is cute. So if I do browser and I do this and I unmute, where's it? Oh, this is like, oh, that's weird. It's putting it as like a, it's like a thing.
Do we share a name? I suppose if I were to share it with but one, it could be you. Tell me, my pet,
It's a little
have you
gross.
done anything very naughty tonight? Really? Even a little bit? Have you quarreled with a sibling? Taken candy from a baby? Cut a line? Placed a curse on an entire kingdom? Anything?
Yeah, she
it
was
was
good.
fun.
Mim is short. I can show you the Mims. 30 seconds, 33 seconds.
I don't think we ended up with. This is Mim Part 1. In reality, there was.
This is
two,
Mim Part
yeah.
2.
No,
Oh, because you, yeah,
Because
okay.
there was the before, and then there was the photo. Yeah, so we had two interactions. This was me walking up to them.
Very puffy. Look at you! Oh my! We're twins! Oh my, how dreadful! And what is that on your head as well? It's me! Oh my, I'm right there too!
I
Now,
just
my
love her
dears,
so
would you want
much.
a photo together? Yes, we'll get right to you in just a second. All right, we'll take one together.
Have you seen the videos where people asked her who she was?
No.
And she goes on this like, well, I'm a magnificent, marvelous. And then she like jumps around and like, Madam Mim. It's so
I
fun.
just want to see if there's a spot.
So,
Because
so
you're
fun.
in this, right? Getting the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like shows the back of my head.
When he's already given him away at this
Yeah.
point.
Keep going. He gave me like the third rose or something. I already got it at that point.
We said keep going backwards.
Yeah. There. He kissed it and then gave it to me. That was
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure people could see this and hear it.
the good timing. Oh, he smelled it. Slowly gave it to me.
And how about on this side?
I'm telling you, I still think we were all in shock that he picked one of us. It was
I mean, it
very,
was
very
good.
fun.
We were so close to him too.
Mhm.
That was fun.
It
That
was
was
very
definitely fun.
I seriously, with Madam Mim, she was so fun, but I genuinely felt so bad. You can't see them in the video, but there were two girls standing right in front of her having an interaction with her, and we just were walking through the tree trail as normal, and I wasn't trying to distract, but apparently my hot pink dress was too distracting for Mim, so she like I just felt bad because at the end you can hear she's like, oh, well, we're going to take a picture because they were still standing there waiting. I felt really guilty. So I took the photo for them. So to kind of apologize for distracting, but she was so fun. I don't know if anybody in our group that was with us got any audio from the second interaction, but she was just as like fun and peppy and marvelous and dreadful, and I can't remember all the fun words that she used to describe things, but she was just so much fun. I could have like just hung out back there with her all night. She was just a blast.
Oh,
She
dang
was
it.
a fun villain, where some of the other like Sid is scary. Like
I just want you guys to see this. I don't know if it's going to come off very well, but look at how amazing Ernesto's
his
makeup. Come on.
it's incredible.
Like, that's amazing.
It was so cool to like stand as close as we were and like watch him, and
And
like
he had these
the
teeth.
we couldn't get over.
But he was able to talk.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's amazing.
It had to have been
Read.
not the most comfortable thing to have
No.
been wearing.
But look at
But
that.
it was incredible.
It was very cool. Whoever the people who design all of this stuff and the costume stuff, they're just amazing.
Jorge must do. I would do all do the villain treat trails. Some of them seem very, very long, but they move because it's like you continuously people continuously go in. It's not like an attraction where you have to stop and load and stop and load. So those move. So even though the lines look long, go ahead and hop in them. We were told the Ernesto line was like 30 or 45 minutes. It only ended up being like 20, 25, and that was with us having to stand and wait for him to come back kind of thing. Definitely do Villains Grove. Villains Grove is good to hit up during one of the parade times. Same thing if you want to try and get photo or the end of the night. Same thing if you want to get photos with either Bruno or Minnie and Daisy and Clarabelle dressed as the Sanderson sisters. If you want to get photos with them, that line can get crazy long. I've heard it's been 3 hours long in some cases.
Yes.
We did it during the second parade, so the line wasn't quite as crazy. I want to say we probably waited.
Wasn't very long.
Maybe 40 minutes.
For what?
The Sanderson sisters.
Oh, yeah, probably. And most of that was because they took
take
2 breaks.
Yeah, they take breaks pretty frequently.
But it was way better then than it was earlier in the night. Because earlier in the night, the thing stretches way out to Monsters, Inc. and all this other stuff.
Zigzags back and forth. And it was very, very crazy. So the Frightfully Fun Parade's super fun. If you go watch that, make sure you watch it up towards the World of Color viewing area part of it. I wouldn't wait all the way down to I wouldn't go all the way down to the Buena Vista Street area because that's the end of the parade, so you'd have to wait a little long.
Yeah, and unlike Disneyland, when the parade goes through, it doesn't come down to Main Street and then leave Main Street and go back. It both times comes from that same
way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, down by the Silly Symphony swings.
So Lauren, we knew who was there partially by memory because they haven't changed where some of the villains were.
You don't have a map, do you?
No, I don't have the map with me. So I can kind of go over them really quickly. Sid is back in Pixar Pier area. And then as you kind of come back around up by the Jumpin' Jellyfish, that is where Dr. Facilier is. Behind Grizzly River Run, that kind of, I don't remember what the Grizzly Pass maybe is what that little road's called. It's behind Grizzly River
It's like the
Run.
bypass,
That's where Mother Gothel is. Maleficent is up just next to, in between where Soren and the plane is in the Grizzly. Oh, here.
I'm going to share this.
Hang on, we'll just do both. So, can you point? So, cauldron number 1, top right corner. We're going to kind of go clockwise here. That is Sid.
Well, let me see if I can't zoom in on it, but yeah.
So, Sid is up in the Pixar Pier one, the one that's next in the Paradise Gardens Park area. That is where Dr. Facilier is. So Grizzly Peak in the middle there, across from where Villains Grove is, that was where Mother Gothel is. Straight down from that, next to the Soren building, that is where Maleficent was. Buena Vista Street, right at the top of Buena Vista Street, right above where the wording is, they say there's a villain treat trail there. There is not a villain treat trail there. They do have different characters coming out in that area to do meet and greet. So I think that's why that cauldron's there. Above that, so it's...
in front of Avengers Campus entrance there.
Yeah, in front of the Avengers Campus spot, that's where Ernesto is.
Kind of tucked away.
Yep. The treat
Straight
trail,
up from that.
There isn't a villain treat trail in Cars Land, but they do have some photo ops with the cars in their costumes back. There is a treat trail, but there's no villain on it, so it's just treats, no tricks. Over in Avengers Campus, that's where Agatha is. Over by the Hyperion Theater, that is where Madame Mim is. And then in Hollywoodland, you've got Cruella. And then last but not least, in the Animation Academy building, that is where Oogie Boogie is.
And this photo in the bottom left is where the Sanderson sisters...
Yep, bottom left corner of the map is Sanderson sisters. Bruno is the one right over by Grizzly Peak. So he's right next to the exit of Mother Gothel.
Yeah.
So yeah, and there's
And if you're a Magic
tons
Key
and
holder,
tons
there's
of-
also a photo op over there too. where it
tons
says
and tons
Magic
of
Key.
other villains. I'm trying to think. We saw villains and characters in general. We saw Captain Hook and Smee at one point. We saw Remy from Ratatouille. We
saw
missed
the
Merlin. We were trying to
Merlin.
catch Merlin, but we missed him. Hercules I saw at one point over by the fountain. Yeah, lots of different characters and lots of different villains. If you are into Kingdom Hearts, over at the World of Color viewing area, they have Disney characters from Kingdom Hearts dressed over there. So that's a pretty rare one that people get really excited about. I don't really know much about Kingdom Hearts, but anyways, I hope that was helpful for those of you that are going. So hopefully that'll help with who's where, so you can help plan your night out a little bit better. Because if there's some villains that you really, really want to see and some villains that you're kind of like, if I see them, great. If not, that's okay too. Then hopefully that helps plan your evenings out a little better.
So another question that might help Lauren as well is, since you've been Miss YouTube lately, is there anybody who has done a really good job, not in like a super long video, but something that would just kind of show her like where things were the night, a good recap of the night?
Because I actually have not watched any YouTubes on Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oh, wow.
Because I was trying to keep myself.
Did Ordinary Adventures do it?
They do. They have one, but I haven't watched the video, so I don't know how much they were able to get done that night. I was trying to keep myself spoiler free before we went, and then I didn't feel the need to watch a video since we had just gone. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I'm going to put this link in the chat here.
Well, it looks like
they've tagged.
They look like they got quite a bit.
If you go
not
down,
all
I'm going
of
to
them.
share this. If you go down in their comments, so when you first go here, let me show you guys how this works. I guess I just have to refresh this. When you first come to the link that I sent you, their chat things like close. So if you click the more here, it'll open up, and then they've got them tagged with the different things. So if you want to see like here, the Kingdom Hearts Mickey Mouse, you can click it. It'll take you right to where they show and talk about the Kingdom Hearts Mickey Mouse, and you can see kind of where
This is like YouTube Inception, watching a YouTube video while we're streaming a YouTube video.
Right.
Very cool.
Mother Gothel, Bruno.
Bruno
I didn't even
was
notice
so
these cool
and
things
so
on the side.
fun.
Yeah, so they're great people, and it looks like their video is only 25 minutes long. Some people have very, very long videos.
And some people have very, very short videos.
Yeah.
So
But
I
they're
think they do a really great job.
Yeah.
So highly recommend watching their
Teresa's a
videos.
fan of them.
I am. They're my faves. They're my faves.
I also want to say that we did see Tim Tracker when we were at the parks.
D20, we saw him at the D23 Expo
And in the park.
and at the parks.
I do want to show this ridiculous photo that I have, because we were watching the fireworks on Sunday evening.
So this is the fun part about this. So we're trying to figure out where to go watch the fireworks. And Tag's like, where should we go stand? And then all of a sudden I looked over and I saw that the Tim Tracker was standing basically where I wanted to stand. I said, hey, let's go over and let's go stand back by Tim. And he's like, what? And
The dude with his back to the camera is
looked
Tim
over
Tracker on
and I was
the
like,
other
Tim
side.
Tracker's right there. And he's like in the perfect spot. So let's go stand where he is.
James made fun of me because I took this video of him taking the video of the fireworks. So when
I
he
made fun
posted
of you
it,
too.
when he posts the video, I can say, I was there when he was recording that video.
Tag
Did
was-
he even post that? I gotta go.
I
look.
don't know if he has or not.
Fresh
Oh,
Baked
yeah, I
also
think
probably
Fresh Baked did a video as well. I have not watched it, though.
Do you know if there's any special for
I
Halloween?
don't know if there's anything special going on
Was there
for
last time?
Halloween or not, Jorge. That's a good question. You'll have to let us know if there is. Any other questions you all have before we wrap up?
He has the fireworks here. They don't click their little thingamabobs. You're like, focus! Oh, I gotta fix this too. Speaking of focus.
Yes.
So, any other questions or anything? Oh, it is 8:30.
Yeah.
We gotta wrap up here, which is probably what you were saying when I was busy YouTubing.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, everybody, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll have this
Thank you,
again
everyone.
next month. We'll see you guys then. Have a good night.